There is a man-made chemical. It was invented during the Manhattan Project. It repelled the elements, especially water. So they used it to make the first ever waterproof coating for tanks. It was indestructible. Then some companies thought, hey, why just a battlefield? Why not bring this chemical into American homes? DuPont was one of those companies. So they took this chemical, PFOA, they renamed it C8, and they made their own impenetrable coating, but not for tanks, for pans. They called it Teflon. But right from the start, something wasn't right. The men and workers who made Teflon were coming down with nausea. DuPont wanted to know why. So they laced cigarettes with Teflon. They told a group of the workers, hey, smoke. DuPonters did as they were told. Almost all those men were hospitalized. That's 1962, 1 year after Teflon launched, and already DuPont knew. The dust, they just sent right up the smokestacks, released into the air. Sludge, tossed it into the Ohio, or packed it into drums and chucked it into the Chesapeake. But then the drums started washing up. So DuPont starts digging ditches on the grounds of the Washington Works plant, and in those pits, they dumped thousands of tons of toxic C8 sludge and dust. But they weren't the only ones covering their tracks. 3M, who pioneered these chemicals for Scotchgard, they were testing them on monkeys. Most of the monkeys died. It wasn't like DuPont didn't know that, because they were doing their own tests on watch the organs balloon. Sue Bailey's job was scrubbing these huge steel vats where they held the liquid C8. She gave birth to a baby with one nostril and a deformed eye. Remember how DuPont had seen those deformities in her rats? So Sue goes to DuPont. She says, why did you pull me off the Teflon line? Did C8 make my baby this way? No, they tell her. Then all of her records from her time at Teflon disappear. Later, they put all of the women back on Teflon and never say a thing. DuPont knew everything. They knew that the C8 they put into the air and buried into the ground for decades was causing cancers. They knew that their own workers were getting these cancers. They knew that the consumers too were being exposed, and not just in Teflon, in paints, in fabrics, in raincoats, boots. To this day, for 40 years, you knew C8 was poison. You knew the Happy Pan was a ticking time bomb, and you knew exactly why. Because C8, it stays in us forever. Our bodies are incapable of breaking it down. And knowing all of this, still you did nothing, because doing something, quote, would essentially put the long-term viability of this product segment on the line, end quote.